Fortnite has tons of hidden tricks that players don't even use, and some of them actually help you win games. So today, I'm going to be showing you 25 of the best tricks that I think there are out there. So let's get right into this. Okay, so the first setting is going to be toggle sprint. So let's go to settings. Okay, once you're in the settings, you want to go to game, then you want to scroll down until you see toggle sprint. Turn that on, okay? So, yeah, this makes it so your movement faster because you don't have to constantly hold sprint. So now the next setting is going to be confirm edit on release. So let's get back to settings.
Then it's probably way harder for you to do sprint unless you're really used to it. So yeah, let's get back to the game. We're back in settings again, and confirm edit on release is over here. You press game, editing, and then you'll see auto confirm edits. You want to put that on both or just edit. Or yeah, both is better. I think, in my opinion, both is better, but you can do whatever you want. Now the next setting is going to be visualize sound effects. So let's go to settings. Okay, now we're in settings. For visualize sound effects, it's going to be over in sound. You want to scroll down until you see visualize sound effects. Make sure you have that on, because what it does is basically it shows footsteps, gunshots, and chests on your screen. So it's basically an extra information for during fights. Okay, so for the first tip I'm going to give you guys is always use right hand peeks in a build fight or piece control map or something like that. Always use right hand peeks. So I'll show you an example of a right hand peek. So like this would be a right hand peek because you can jump, shoot them if they're right there. You always want to be at the farthest side of it because that's where they can barely shoot you. I don't even think they can shoot you unless they know you're going to do it from that far. So always use right hand peeks. So now for the second tip I'm going to give you guys, don't instantly reload your shotgun even after one shot, because that just makes you waste time when you still have 4 shots in this. Like let's say I was fighting and shot once and reloaded. Unless I have no ammo in the shotgun anymore, I should not be reloading. So yeah, never reload just because you make one shot. Yes, I might have died, but here's the third tip. Shotgun swap trick. So basically, if you have a shotgun or an AR or anything, let me find a shotgun. So basically, what you want to do is when you're in a fight or something, shoot your shotgun and instantly swap to the next weapon. It just makes it so you can deal damage way faster. Okay, so the fourth trick is going to be pre-edit your builds. Now, I personally don't do this, but a lot of pros do, so that's why I wanted to tell you guys about it. Pre-edit your builds. Like, if you feel that you're going to eventually make I have it disabled, but if you feel that you are going to make a pre-edit, or make a window edit, you pre-edit it, and then when it comes to that time, you can do it faster instead of editing. So yeah. Now this is a really important tip, and it's that you have to protect yourself while healing. So basically, you're in a box fight, right? What you want to do is make at least 2 boxes like this, and usually there'd be a box, but make at least 2 boxes and then protect yourself while you're healing like this, so nobody can get in. If somebody tries to, then you can pre-fire them, and yeah, so that's a really important thing to do. Now the next tip isn't that useful, but it can be to some players. But if you're crouching and aiming, it's a way better aim. Like, I don't know what it is, maybe it's just you're not moving a lot like this, but like when you're crouching, it's way better to aim. And yeah, so use that to your advantage if you need better aim. Now this one is one that a lot of people struggle with, and it isn't a huge thing, but it is sometimes useful to not do it. Don't always take high ground in a fight. You don't always need high ground. High ground is good, but sometimes staying low and surprising your enemy is the better play. Because you could like chop them you know, you have better like advantages sometimes when you're on low ground. So don't always go on high ground. Now the next one is break your builds strategically, you know? Like, don't waste your time destroying everything. Target like important pieces of their walls or ramps. So for example, like if you were trying to break their wall, like go for the little marks and then steal their wall. 3. So the next tip is to learn your pickaxe timing. Okay, so don't waste time destroying. The next tip is going to be learn your pickaxe timing. Okay, timing your pickaxe swings help you steal walls faster. So it's better if you, like for example, a wood wall needs 2 shots. Full health takes 2 pickaxes to fully break. And that's even without hitting the spots. Watch. 2 pickaxes, so you should always know that. That's one thing I always noticed. Now the next tip is use sliding more often. Sliding makes you harder to hit and helps you move faster. So it makes it harder to hit, makes you harder to hit because you're so much lower than normally. And you're also just moving way differently than you would. Especially with the 7 sliders that I have on. Now the next tip is really, really useful. Make sure you're always carrying some sort of mobility. Whether it's shockwaves, 7 sliders, or anything that can get you around the map quickly. Because it can help you rotate and get out of bad fights that you don't need to be in. The next tip is going to be practice your crosshair placement. This is actually a really important tip because a lot of people struggle with aim. And I do too, but mine is better, I think, than average. So basically, if you didn't know what crosshair placement is, you want to basically keep your crosshair where enemies are likely to appear instead of looking at the ground. So like, you should have a feeling that they're going to appear there and then point your crosshair there. Now this next tip is kind of useful in some scenarios, but you need to stop jumping for every single fight. Jumping makes your aim worse sometimes. Your movement that actually helps you win. Use movement that actually helps you win. Sorry. Jumping makes your aim worse sometimes. Use movement that actually helps you win. So basically, if you were to jump like this, your aim is just not going to be there. So don't always jump. Now if you're on keyboard and mouse, I suggest that you should have scroll wheel reset on, because you can do this instantly with one little scroll up. So if you're on keyboard and mouse, but reset your builds quickly. Okay, that is the main thing. That is like probably one of the most useful tips in this whole entire video. But yeah, reset your builds like quickly, because like practice resetting edits fast so you can protect yourself after taking a shot. So you can have better like awareness, and yeah, it's just better in general. Now the next topic is going to be use your audio. You need to listen carefully. Good players win fights before they even see the enemy, because they can listen to their visualized sound effects, like I told you guys in the beginning of the video. Now the next tip is going to be learn when to disengage from a fight. If they crack you, you need to try to run away. Or if they take your health, a lot of health, run away. So basically, you don't have to finish every fight. Sometimes leaving is the smartest play, because you know, not every fight has to be finished. So it's just easier to like end them earlier than they're intended to be. Now you need to improve your sensitivity. This is one of the main settings, or just tips that I could give you. Your sensitivity is basically all that you play off of. If you don't have good sensitivity, your aim is going to be terrible, your build's going to be terrible. Everything's going to be terrible if you have bad sensitivity. So adjust your sensitivity, find what feels good. Don't make it too fast, don't make it too slow. But find what feels good to you, and then use that. Now, the next tip is you should take better shotgun angles. So don't stand directly in front of enemies. Use angles that make you harder to hit. So like the right hand peek, for example. That was, a player could not hit me in that slight little image of them seeing me. I would be able to. So take better shotgun shots. Now for the next tip is box up before you start looting. So basically, let's say I found a chest right here, and I hear some footsteps. So what I want to do is box up and grab it. It's just way faster, way easier, and way safer. So you should always do that. A lot of players do this, and you need to stop. Stop overbuilding, aka spam building. When somebody's there and you get cracked, don't go. Don't be like that. That's just, nobody likes a spam building. But also, it doesn't really protect you. It actually makes it worse for yourself. So do not spam build, please. Now the second to last tip is going to be watch your opponent's habits. If you see a player do something, remember that they do that. And then next fight you do with them, or just the same fight, you will remember what they do and be better at it. Now for the last tip, play smarter, not faster. The biggest trick is to knowing when to fight, when to heal, and when to leave. Decision making will win games. So basically, you need to make your decision before you oh gosh. So basically, you need to make your decision before you fight, or before you leave or disengage. Thank you all for watching. How many of these did you know? Comment the number that surprised you the most, and subscribe for more Fortnite tips and tricks. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next video. Peace!